Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Supporters of a plan to put abortion rights into the Arkansas state constitution are now able to start gathering petition signatures. Attorney General Tim Griffin signed off on the language of an Arkansas proposed amendment to the state's constitution. Griffin rejected the last one because of contradictory phrases, but approved the changes. Right now, Arkansas law bans abortions except when needed to save the mother's life. The amendment would make abortion legal up to 18 weeks in a pregnancy and create exceptions after 18 weeks for victims of rape and incest or when the pregnant woman's life is in danger.
This amendment is intended to help protect women and girls and, newborns to ensure that they have that health care, those reproductive choices that they need.
Well, following the Attorney General's decision, pro-life advocates in the state voiced their opposition. The Family Council, based out of Little Rock, says, quote, "This is a radical amendment legalizing abortion in a way Arkansas has never seen before." For Our People now has until July to gather more than 90,000 signatures to get on the November ballot. Meanwhile, a group looking to put Arkansas's Freedom of Information law in the Constitution is suing the Attorney General. The lawsuit was announced by Arkansas Citizens for Transparency. It's the latest effort to get the measure on the 2024 election ballot. The group claims the AG's rejection of the wording is interfering with their right to propose a constitutional amendment. The case will be heard by the Arkansas Supreme Court to decide the fate of the ballot measure. And in other news, a Van Buren man is facing trial at the Crawford County Courthouse this week. Ethan Seipert is facing one count of first-degree murder for the shooting death of his wife, Christina Seipert, back in 2022. 4 witnesses from Christina's family testified this week before the judge. Days before she was murdered, witnesses say Christina had multiple bruises on her body. Deputies responded to a domestic disturbance call early one morning in July 2022. They say as they arrived, they found Christina had been shot and died there on the scene. Court will resume today, and the prosecuting attorney says the verdict should be decided by this Friday. Well, before we get to other news, let's go ahead and get a check of the weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Joe, fog and drizzle to start the day. That'll linger through the morning hours for northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, eastern Oklahoma, everyone under a dense fog advisory, at least through mid-morning. That fog will take some time to kind of loosen its grip on the area, similar to the day before. We'll look for cloudy skies to linger. Now, the best chance of an isolated shower this afternoon, 20-30% chance I-40 south. And then as we go overnight, we'll see our next wave of scattered showers developing way out in southwest Texas today, not moving in again until overnight with a few lingering showers possible as we go into our morning commute on Thursday. For today, 50s, cloudy skies, again, saturated air. So it's just a little on the cool side. Winds are light, so it's really not that cold outside. A light jacket will be just fine. We'll drop back into those cool 40s. Again, rain chances higher as we go overnight into Thursday morning. Joe?
All right, thanks for that, Zach. Well, city leaders in Rogers are green-lighting a group's request to buy land for a housing project. The Northwest Arkansas Council's subgroup, Groundwork, is planning to build the first 3D printed housing development in the state. These houses will be sold to buyers whose annual income does not exceed 80% of the area median income. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer brings us those details.
The average sale price in Rogers, Arkansas is $505,000. We've got to look for ways to build more efficiently that will bring these building costs down.
Duke McClarty's organization Groundwork is heading the construction of a cost-effective 3D printed housing development on First Street near downtown Rogers.
Provide some level of affordability with some proximity to one of our downtowns. So in theory, someone could potentially live there, work at a coffee shop, work at one of the restaurants in downtown Rogers.
McClarty says things like plumbing and electrical will be installed in these houses in a traditional manner, but
where the 3D printing part comes in is essentially the outside walls. And a robot will show up on site. It has an arm, and concrete comes out of this arm in a way that almost looks like soft serve ice cream. And it's layered on top of each other to build those walls. It's very resilient to extreme weather. It doesn't rot. There's no risk of termites.
The first of its kind project has the city of Rogers excited for the future.
Put a lot of work into making Rogers as developer friendly as we can be for affordable housing projects, and we're talking about workforce housing projects that so many of our citizens need. The more that we can have people who live close to where they work and where they spend their money, the fewer people on the streets, and I mean it's a win-win for everybody.
Well, so far, the project has an architect who designed the site to have 4 to 5 duplexes, so 8 to 10 homes are on that 2 stories. McClarty says they are targeting the break ground on this project in late spring, early summer, with people hopefully moving in by the end of the year. Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Jo Ellison. Make sure to catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more. Have a great day.